welding table. Um, Very simple. It's got a shelf. It's got holes for your welding brackets. Um, it's quite nice. Any welder fabricator will tell you that this is one of the most helpful things to have in your workshop, to jig up and bolt down any parts that you're welding so that they don't bend and don't deform. Um, yeah, so enjoy, guys.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt your video. I just wanted to ask you, please hit the like and subscribe button. It's going to make it easier for me to share my content with you guys in the future, and it will make it so that you don't miss anything. Cool.
To start with, obviously, a sketch as per usual. So we'll start with the top plate part. We're going to go sketch, select our top plane, say sketch, sketch orientation. Then I'm going to draw just a simple center line first, square block. We're going to make this a 1 meter by 1 meter. Okay, say okay. Extrude 8 millimeters, 8 millimeters or 10 millimeters. 10 is probably better, as it needs to be solid and flat and rigid. Okay, so there we've got our plate. Now we are going to add the holes for our welding jig brackets. So what we're going to do is sketch references, reference, 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 reference. Okay, I'm going to put a circle. Yeah. Now this circle depends on the size of the pins on your welding clamps and brackets and so on. Generally, I know a lot of them come in 16 millimeter, but it just depends which brackets you're using. So we're going to 60 there. Then I'm not going to go 50 because we're going to use a 50 tube. So I'm going to go 75 and 75 because we're going to use a 50 tube for our frame. So that will be your first hole. Okay, so we're going to say okay. We're going to say extrude. We're going to drag it through. Say okay. Now we are going to go pattern. We're going to click direction. Okay, I'm going to click here. We are not going that way. We're going to go the other way. Okay, we're going to make the space 50 mils, so 2 inches. Okay, so it should be about 18, I think. Because, yeah, 18 holes. Let's see. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, so now, again, very simple. Creo makes it so it's easy for you. All you have to do is pattern, highlight pattern, click pattern again. You're going to go direction. You're going to click on this surface now, which your holes were just running this way before I selected pattern. You're going to click the opposite. We're going to go back another 50 again. We're going to go the same thing, 18. Otherwise, we're going to run out to the edge. We're going to say OK. We're going to say OK. And there we go. Okay. There's now your top plate of your welding table. Okay. For your jigging and your clamps. Most of the clamps I know come with those attachments that you just stick in the hole and clamp, and then it will wedge itself in there. Then I'm just going to add some round here so that when the plate comes from the laser cutters, we don't cut ourselves on the edges. They don't have to be massive rounds, just to take away that sharp edge. It's always a good idea. Always thinking about OSHA, safety. So we're going to just go 2 millimeters, that's fine. Let's give it a little bit of a radius. And we're going to say, okay. Okay, so that's the top of our welding table. Easy, simple. You can put more holes closer to the edge if you want to. then you're just going to have to either laser cut your tubes or drill holes into your tubes where the pins are going to go through. It's up to you. I prefer it like this because it actually does work out quite well anyway. Gives you a bit of a border to work with. And this gives you more than enough options to clamp things down. Okay, so that's top plate. Let's say, okay, on the welding table, we're going to say new part. We're going to call it um, table frame 01. Sorry, table top frame 01. Okay, let's say okay. We are going to say sketch. I'm going to activate our planes again. We're going to select sketch there. Say sketch, sketch view, center line, tubing. So I misspoke earlier. It's actually 7650 we're going to use. So 3" by 2" for the Americans. Rectangle tube that I'm going to use just under the top of my flat sheet. We are going to make this 1 meter, obviously, because our sheet is 1 meter by 1 meter. We're going to go symmetrical. Okay, we're going to say thickness. Um, this would be your choice. I would say if you're going to make a proper table, use a 3mm. But if you're going to support it enough, a 2mm would also work. But again, it's your choice. If you want to use a 5mm, you can use a 5mm. Obviously, the thicker, the stronger it is, but it's also going to be super heavy to move around. So, okay, so there we've got our tube. Now, all we're going to do is we're going to cut the 45s. So, as I've told you guys before, working on Creo is very much like actually building the stuff physically because you cut it and draw it and drill holes and it's quite cool. Okay, so we're going to do our 45 here. As soon as it's the same length as that one, connect the two. Okay, I'm going to say okay. I'm going to say extrude. We're going to say reverse. We're going to drag this all the way. Okay. I'm going to say okay. And there's your 45. Okay, now the easy way to do this, well, there's two ways. You can do another sketch on this side, extrude, cut out, and then only problem is if you change this one, you have to change that one. So the simple way to do this is click on your extrude function, click on your mirror function, use your symmetrical plane that you have now, because you've made your tubing symmetrical, now you can use it. Click there and voila, as you can see, 45. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to start my assembly while I'm busy with my parts because it is just easier. So, because then you can see exactly the shape and size of the other parts you need. Okay, so as we've done before, create assembly. Not create, insert. You're going to say top plate. So open. As I've said before, you can select the center plane, the front plane, right plane, and the right plane, and the front plane, and the front plane, and the top, or simple, easy way, default. Okay, seeing as it is our first part. Okay, now you have two options. You can either insert your other tubing in here directly, or what we're going to do, which I'm going to show you, I'm going to say new assembly, top frame assembly. Okay, let's say okay. We are going to say insert tube, tabletop frame 01. I'm going to say open. We're going to say default. Okay, so okay. We are going to insert another one. Open. We are going to select top, top, face, and face. Okay, not normal, coincident. Okay, then we are going to select this edge and that edge, and there you're starting to see your frame. Okay, and I say okay. Then I'm going to repeat that again 2 more times. We're going to say top, top. We're going to say face, face, coincident. Okay, again, edge and edge. Okay, and our final tube open. Say that one, this face, and this face. Now you'll see something. Click there. See, now it's only shifted it there because those two are actually still in line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip and it flips it over. Okay. Now I'm going to say new constraint. Click on the edge. Click on the edge. Ah, not that one. Remove. Click on that edge. And ta-da! There is your frame. Okay. So now say save. Okay. Close. We're back to our table frame assembly or table assembly. Say insert frame. To the frame assembly, we are going to say top of the frame, bottom of our plate. We are going to say this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, coincident, and ta-da! There is your frame of your top of your table. Okay. So now we need to do our legs. So what I suggest is we're going to use the same frame again. Okay, but we're going to put one tube and then a little tube at the bottom. Obviously, you can do multiple ways. You can build a frame that's a U like this with a support, another one there, and just add in your joins there. But I'm suggesting we do this another way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to pattern. Then we're going to click direction. I'm going to click on the bottom plane of my plate. Okay, then I'm going to drag it along. I'm going to make that, let's say about 900. Okay, away. Okay, so now between these two, you're going to have, should be about 650, I believe, if my brain is working correctly. Select there, control, select there. 842, sorry, my mistake. 842. Okay, so now we need our tubes to go there. So what am I going to do? I'm actually going to go new part, table, leg, A. Okay, that's okay. We're going to go plane. We are going to say, sorry, not plane. We're going to say sketch first, then plane, sketch. We're going to go sketch view, center line as always, center line. We're going to do a square of 50 by 50. Okay. We are going to say okay. We're going to go extrude. We're going to go symmetrical. We're going to go 824 as we saw there. And the measurements I took, we are going to say thicken sketch. We're going to make it 3 more as well, so that we have strength right through. Say okay. And say save. Okay. As you can see there. Okay, we're going to close that. We are going to say insert part. we're going to say table leg A, open. We are going to select that surface of our tube, and select that surface of the other tube. We're going to select this side, this side, this side, and this side. Okay, simple. Now again, we can go, no, not that way, direction, click here, go this way, go up 1 meter, okay, we say okay. Oh, sorry, I meant 950. So we're gonna go 950. Sorry guys, it's been a long week. Okay, like that. Okay, now we're gonna select that. We're gonna say pattern again. I'm really showing you guys all the shortcuts here. And select on this face. We're gonna drag it that way. Just don't do that. If you do that, it's not gonna be there. It's gonna just be missing. So just make sure it's highlighted like that. We're gonna go again 950. Okay. We're gonna say okay. And there are your 4 table legs. Now what I want to do is I just want to add a little leg at the bottom. So we have got our size from there to there is 986. Okay. So all we're going to do now is we're going to make it 1 meter and 86, because that's a decent working height. Again, this is dependent on what you guys need. If you need it higher, if you need it lower, by all means, do your thing. So all we're going to do is we're going to say, I'm going to show you another shortcut now. Going to say table leg, open, okay. We're going to say, going to change the size now, okay, to 100. Okay, enter. Okay, now we're going to say file, save as, save a copy. Okay, then we're going to click on table leg A, gives us that, backspace B, okay, so okay, and now I'll show you in a second. On this one, we go back, so edit definition, we change it back to 824. Okay, just make sure. Look, if you didn't save it and you close it, you reopen it, it will be 824. But if I'm going to go back to my assembly now, it would have changed the size of the tube in the assembly. And unless I close everything and reopen it and I erase my clipboard, sort of, if you want to call it that. So unless I go here, manage session, erase not displayed, and I remove it and I close my assembly and I open it again, it's going to be 100 mils. So, but what we have done now, if I close this now, this is table leg A, right? We just saved a copy of table leg A as table leg B. So, open, there's a table leg B, and see, 100 mils. Okay, so just close this. We're going to, again, so that's a little shortcut. Change the size, save it as a copy, go back, and when you close everything, you've still got your original and your new one, as long as you don't save the original one when it's like that. Or just go change it back to the dimension it was. It's easier than drawing a new sketch, a new extrusion, a new part. It's a little bit of a shortcut that I'm showing you guys now. Okay. So then you're going to say insert again. You're going to say table leg B. You're going to say open. We are going to, again, select the top of that. Select the bottom of this one. Okay. Coincident. Okay. This face, coincident. This face, coincident. So, okay. Now, again, we're going to select that one and a pattern. We're going to say direction. We're going to click on this face. No, not that. There. And we're going to go 950. So exactly the way we did the 2 top ones. We're going to repeat that process again. Pattern, pattern, direction. Click that face. Drag it back that way, or click on the little arrow and it'll flick around. Make it 950. And There are table legs. Now, another thing I just want to do is I'm going to add a plate here, which is a little tray. I'll show you guys. Just a little tray that you can put your parts and stuff in if you're going to be welding. But it's going to be a removable tray because obviously if you're welding here, the sparks and so on. So it could be a useful part if you want it, but if you don't want it, you either don't have to make it or you can make it and it is removable. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to go new part again. I'm going to say bottom shelf. So okay, we are going to go sketch, 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 sketch. Sounds like I'm repeating myself a million times. Center line, center line. Okay, we're going to draw our square. Now, we know that the inside of that, because we made it a meter by meter by meter, the inside of that is going to be a 900. But you obviously don't want to make 900, otherwise it's going to be tight fit. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it 890, which will give us 5 mils a side, which should be more than enough. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this box out of 3 mil plate also, which should make it more than sufficiently strong enough to handle whatever weight we load in there. Anything that can fit in there that's too heavy for that plate shouldn't be in there in the first place. So then we're going to go 50. Okay. We're going to say I'm not going to thicken because we're not going to thicken now. We're going to say 50 high, 890, 890. We're going to say okay. And remove that. Okay, now we're going to do, and in my beginner series, all of these functions are there. So if you guys are unsure of any of these functions, you can just shoot over to that playlist. There is sheet metal, there is detailing, there is extrusions, there's all the little assemblies, all those are there. So head over there if you need any extra techniques. We're going to click there. We're going to click here on convert sheet metal. It's going to ask us driving surface or shell. We're going to select shell, and we're actually going to select the top surface. We're going to give the thickness of 3, as I said. Okay, we're going to say okay. Now, as I've showed you guys in my sheet metal tutorial, you're going to click on conversion. We're going to click edge bend first. We're going to say first bend, control, second bend, control, third bend, control, fourth bend. Okay, done deal. Okay, now, as you can see, we still need to do edge rip. So again, we're going to select corner. We're going to say control, other corner, control, other corner, control, last corner, and okay. Okay, now as you can see there, we've got our sheet metal tray. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to add flanges. Okay, but we are just going to do them the outside direction. We are just going to do them. I'm not going to make them 50. The tubing is 50. I'm just going to make them 30. That should be more than enough just to hold it in place. And actually, yeah, we're only going to do 2 sides. Otherwise, you're not going to get this thing in there. Well, we can double check. You might be able to. I'll just double check on the angle now. Okay, so we're going to go that way. But what I do want to do is I just want to shorten up my edges here by about 5 mils. Just so it doesn't battle to go in because of the tubing. -5. We're going to go this side. We're going to go -5. Okay, we're going to say okay. Select flat. Say mirror. Front plane. Okay. So we double the flanges. So I'm teaching you guys all the cheat sheets here. Again, it's got space there. It's got space there. Okay, now before we add flanges this side, because I would prefer to add them, but if we can't, we can't. I'm just going to save this. So, okay, just going to go here and measure my table quickly from this edge. Now this is measure from this edge here. Okay, so this is depending on what size table you're making, you would want to do this to see. Okay, so you've got 1.2 meters. So even if we add those flanges, if you're turning your tray skew, you will fit it in there. Okay, so I'm going to add the other two flanges now as well. Bottom shelf. I was just nervous to do that without knowing that um, it's going to fit. Otherwise, you'll have your tray, but you won't be able to get it in and out the bottom of your table. Okay, now again, I'm going to select our flat. We're going to select model mirror. We're going to select our plane. This is why it's so important to work symmetrical, guys. Makes your life so much easier instead of now drawing a new flange on the other side. Simple, easy. And if I go and change this flange, that flange will change. So if I don't want to change this flange, all I do is I use my extrude and I cut that one the way I want it. It's just, yeah, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Okay. So there's your tray for the bottom of your welding table. What we can do also is if we want to just add a hole here in the center, again, this is optional. I just think I'm going to add a hole just for any dust. I'm not going to make it huge, just like 20 mil maybe. 20 mil is not too bad. You know, depending on the parts you're going to put in there. Again, this is optional. Um, if you want to make it 16 mil, so you can put a bolt in there, it's up to you. If you want to make it select the hole. So please do remember in sheet metal, if you want to cut a hole afterwards, do a sketch, you say extruded cut, and it will cut out the hole. You're not going to extrude remove it like we normally do with normal parts. That's what I did there by accident. So, okay, so what you can do is you can make this, if just for the dust or oil or whatever may end up in there, is you put in a hole. If you want the hole not to be an issue, if you have small parts in there, I would make it the size of a decent bolt, like a M16, M12, M10, anything that you feel will work for you. And then if you have parts in there that you are scared are going to fall out, I'll just put a bolt in there. Very easy, simple. Okay, save part. We're going to go back to our table assembly. We are going to insert our bottom tray, bottom shelf. Okay, now again, we're going to select that bottom lip. So the bottom lip of this flange, we're going to click on there. We are going to now, I'm going to use my planes because we need even spacing on either side. So I'm going to click on there, coincident, not normal, coincident. Then same scenario on this side. We're going to click on that plane there, and click on this little plane here from the tubing, and we are going to say, okay, hide my planes. And ladies and gentlemen, there is your welding table. Okay, so now you can also add bolts there. If you don't want a shelf with a hole in it, don't put a hole in it. If you want a flat plate, just draw your flat plate with your cutouts on the edges. Yeah, I mean, this is just a basic welding table. If you guys want me to draw something a little bit more intricate with an additional shelf on the side, or places for your welding guns or all that, please drop me a message in the comments and I will do that for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys can actually do this model. I will be doing a video sometime of the detailing of all my projects. So I'll be doing detailing projects and then I will be releasing the PDFs to my members once my memberships are available and you guys can sign up. All the PDF drawings for all these projects I'm doing will be available for you guys once you join. So cool. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're going to use it. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.
Hey guys, quick favor. If this video helped you, tap like. It tells YouTube my content is worth showing to more people. And hit subscribe if you want more quick tutorials, tips and real engineering tricks for Creo. More videos dropping every week. Have a great one, guys.